So, yesterday I was out shopping, and when I walked past the electronic aisle, I saw a young couple looking at a shelf with some movies. The girl looked at her boyfriend with glittering eyes and said, "Let's buy a movie and watch it tonight." And the boy replied, "Nah, I can't. I get too distracted. I can't focus for a whole movie. They are too long and way too boring." Oh, and I could instantly see how the girl was turned off by this. And I too, because I thought, "Oh man, what the hell is wrong with you, boy?" But, of course, then I remembered. A few years ago, I was exactly the same way. In the midst of my escapism behaviors, my dopamine system was so messed up so I couldn't even watch a full movie because I couldn't focus long enough for me to follow along in the storyline. And the same was true with reading. I couldn't even read 2 paragraphs without getting distracting thoughts. If you recognize yourself in this, then know that this is not good. If your attention span is that short, you are literally going to underperform in every area of your life. However, the good news is that you can fix it like this. Number 1, stop jumping from one thing to another with just a few seconds in between. Yes, stop jumping off videos as soon as you have started them. You think you're constantly about to discover something new and something better, but all you're really doing is destroying your attention span. Social media is horrible for this. You literally jump from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to another thing, to another thing, to the next. Listen. Whenever you are following, chasing, and clicking from one thing to another, you are riding on a dopamine stream that can potentially desensitize you a bit, as well as kill your attention span. So learn how to stay on one thing at a time for at least, 4 minutes before jumping off. For God's sake, at least 2 to 3 minutes, and then start going less to those social media places where you tend to get the most stuck in endless loops of rapid dopamine chasing. Number 2, meditate. Yes, think about this one. Meditation is the exact opposite of chasing one stimulus after another, because you're literally just sitting there without any stimuli at all. And on top of that, you're also trying to focus on just one thing, like your breath, for example. Meditation is a must-have weapon to have in your arsenal against today's super stimulating world. Number 3 is reading books. Yes, it should come as no surprise to any one of you out there that more than 90% of successful people are reading books. And if I personally had to make a guess, that number is only going to go up even more, because with all the distractions we have going on today, if you don't learn how to read for a few minutes without distracting yourself, again, you're just going to get lost in the endless sea of dopamine distractions, and that will lead you absolutely nowhere in life. Now, real physical books are best. But if you do read on your phone or Kindle, then that's fine. But then make a habit out of not checking messages or notifications while you are reading. That's so important here. You know, a few years ago, I couldn't even read one single paragraph without getting distracting thoughts. It took so much effort and it was so boring. But today, now that I'm free from my addictions and all those low-value dopamine stimulating things, I sometimes take a whole day where I'm doing nothing else than reading. Yes, I can read for 12 hours if I want to, which leads me to the next point. You should start doing all these things right away, because no matter where you're at in life, it will help you. However, if you still keep over-consuming online adult sites, then implementing the 3 things I shared so far are not going to make a night and day difference, because doing that is going to be hammering your dopamine system to such a degree that doing other good things, while it may be helpful, it will still not make you run on all your cylinders. So do your best to give up those as well, especially if you are addicted to them. That should be your number 1 one priority of all the things I shared with you today. And if you need help with this, I recommend you take a look at a free webinar where Josh Hudson, a licensed addiction expert, reveals something called habit construction therapy, or HCT, which is a system that seems to be especially effective when it comes to quitting adult sites. Just click the link below where it says webinar and you can start discovering things over there right now. And oh hey guys, do you know how you can go from being completely stuck in life to dominating within 1 year or less? No? Well then take a look at this video right here and I will reveal the steps you need to take. Just take a look right now and you'll see exactly what I mean.